Welcome to this new series about CS basics and fundamentals with Python. And what we're going to do in this playlist or in this series is to show you how you can use Python to learn the basics of computer science, as well as understanding and learning the basics of programming, coding, scripting, whatever you want to call it, and Python. In addition to that, we want to show you different projects and different approaches you can take to understand and learn how to use Python in order to automate your work, automate whatever comes to your mind, basically. So in this very first introduction video, I'm going to explain you what is covered in this series, or what will be covered in this series. And we will start with a simple setup of Python. So we will install Python on our system, and we will install VS Code on our system, which will be our code editor of choice. Once we have that, we will make sure that pip is installed in order to install different libraries for our Python installation as well. Once we have done that, we will then go in and actually start learning the basics of Python. So we want to go over some of the basics really quickly so we can start coding or scripting our own automations right away. On our way, we will talk about what terminals are, how we can use them, why we use Python. We will do some different tasks with Python to understand the different formats or the different ways we can use it. We will do some basic automation. We will do some front-end automation. We will cover every single bit of the Python ecosystem, like environments for pip installations, how we can bundle our own packages, how we can create wheels, how we can publish to PyPI, how we can use Python to do different tasks like pipeline automation for GitHub and stuff like that. So it will be a really extensive series where we want to cover the whole kind of range of computer science fundamental class in order to make sure that you understand and can get started with, for example, the video courses that will teach you in-depth knowledge about bot creation, automation, engine pipeline asset optimization, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's basically an introduction course to Python with a focus on automation. In the next lesson, the first lesson of the series, we're going to talk about how to set up Python on our system, how to install it, how to install VS Code, and things like that, just to get you set up and ready to kind of continue with this course. The interesting part about this series is that each lecture will come with different tasks that you can do afterwards. So we will cover a few things in the lecture itself, and I'll give you some extra assignments or tasks that you can do to understand and deepen what we did in the lecture itself. And I think this really practical approach is really good for learning and really understanding and keeping, which is also really important, the information we're going to teach you in this series. So make sure to stay updated, subscribe to this channel, and if you have some suggestions about videos you want to see other than the series itself, make sure to comment on this video so I can see what you're interested in. Of course, it would be best if it's kind of associated with automation, because that's the topic of this whole channel. But yeah, I think I can do a lot. But I think we can also cover some additions that are not kind of specifically focused on automation, as long as it helps people to understand how they can develop their own automation and technology skills with Python. So I'll hopefully see you around in this series.